The H1B Guy here, and today, the H1B Guy news for the week ending December 8th, 2023. Today I'll cover HR 6542, H4 and L2 spouses and dependents left out. But before we get started, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube and like this video so that I can continue to produce more content like this for you. I also wanted to mention the H1B Guy offers a variety of consulting services. I help businesses and individuals solve complex work authorization issues in the recruitment process while bringing awareness to employment-based immigration benefits. If I can help you, please reach out. I'd love to hear how. And you can book an appointment directly with me via the h1bguy.com. Today's news is brought to you by Syndesis and Path to Canada, the ideal plan B for high-skilled immigrants currently located in the U.S. whose status may be uncertain. By PERM-Ads.com, the industry leader in providing a seamless experience for employers and immigration attorneys navigating the complex PERM recruitment ad phase of the labor certification process. And by Mob Squad. Are you a technology professional facing U.S. work visa-related challenges? Don't leave your fate up to chance. Our partner Mob Squad has a solution. Join the squad. Now, the news. On December 1st, 2023, Congressman Rich McCormick and Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy introduced the Immigration Visa Efficiency and Security Act. Quote, HR 6542 to amend the Immigration and Nationality Act to eliminate the per-country numerical limitation for employment-based immigrants, to increase the per-country numerical limitation for family-sponsored immigrants and other purposes. As of December 8th, 2023, text has not been received for HR 6542. In a tweet on December 7th, 2023, Congressman Rich McCormick stated, quote, "The immigration system is broken for those who are trying to legally come to our country for a better way of life. It's time to change this. My legislation will be a win for all Americans as it will improve our inefficient immigration system, which has contributed to illegal immigration over time." The image that you see was also shared to highlight the intent of this legislation. It says, quote, "seeks to change antiquated and unfair immigration laws while simultaneously enacting forward-thinking national security protections for our country. Remove lopsided per-country caps with a 10-year transition plan and moves the United States closer to a merit-based system. Strengthens anti-fraud, pro-transparency language by adding a minimum wage of $90,000 for H-1B visas, with exceptions to protect domestic workers and incomes. Prevents non-immigrant temporary workers from foreign adversary countries from working in a field vital to national security interests when a government contract is involved. So, as of the recording of this, without reading the full text, which, as I previously mentioned, is currently not available, there clearly appears to be some similarities with the Eagle Act of 2023. However, what stood out to me most outside of the removal of per country caps for employment based preferences is setting the minimum wage for H 1B visas to $90,000. I've covered this several times over the last few years, but the current average wage for H-1B visa holders is over $100,000. And that doesn't imply that everyone on H-1B visas makes over $100,000. By increasing the average wage to $90,000 annually as a minimum, should, for all intents and purposes, abruptly eliminate the cheap labor debate. We continue to see the 10-year transition period as a launching point for clearing the green card backlog and the removal of per country caps as proposed immigration reform. Based on the text provided, I'm fully on board with the language used in implying, quote, moving the U.S. closer to a merit based system. For those of you who have followed this platform for any amount of time, you know that this is one of the biggest pieces of immigration reform I would love to see happen. Great to see Congressman McCormick take the lead in the House on high skilled immigration reform. I'm a constituent in the 6th District of Georgia and excited to see our congressman put together a bipartisan effort to resolve several of the issues plaguing high skilled immigration. On December 4th, 2023, in an article for Forbes by Stuart Anderson titled State Department H1B Visa Renewal Pilot Will Not Include Dependents. Quote, a promising State Department pilot program to renew H1B visas in the United States will not include the dependents of H1B professionals. The State Department's decision to include only principal H1B visa holders in the pilot program has not been previously reported. The decision will likely raise concerns among H1B professionals with families in America. Although pleased, many H1B employees will be able to renew their visas without leaving the United States. Businesses are disappointed spouses and children will be ineligible. Business organizations and their members want the State Department to include H4 dependents when the pilot is expanded or made permanent. Before the Enhanced Border Security and Visa Entry Reform Act in 2002 became law, the State Department renewed visas in the United States. The department stopped doing so in 2004, it said, because of the legislation's biometrics requirements. Beyond inconveniences for families, H4 spouses have become significant economic contributors since a 2015 regulation provided work authorization. An estimated 90,000 H4 spouses work in the United States, with a high percentage employed in science, technology, engineering, and math fields. As I've mentioned several times recently, reinstating domestic visa renewals is common sense reform that I've been excited for. However, this is just ridiculous. Instead of making life easier for the spouses and dependents of H1B and L1 visa holders, the State Department is making a critical judgment in there. Other than this being a pilot program, I can't comprehend why they make this decision. We continue to make life more difficult for high skilled immigrants and their families who are filling critical roles in our society. Hopefully, this is just a temporary decision, and once the pilot is up and running, the Department of State will modify the renewal option for spouses and dependents. As I mentioned last week, domestic visa renewals could start as early as December. However, based on this article, it now appears it will begin at the very beginning of January 2024. In closing out this week's news, only crickets on a third H1B lottery for fiscal year 2024. As more time passes, the probability and likelihood of USCIS holding a third H1B lottery for fiscal year 2024 diminishes. Unfortunately, it's looking like I'm wrong again, but until USCIS makes an official statement regarding fulfilling their obligation to award all 85,000 H1B visas for fiscal year 2024, there is still a small glimmer of hope for those anxiously awaiting an update. For the full post on the H1B Guy news for the week ending December 8th, 2023, please check out the H1BGuy.com. And a reminder that today's post is brought to you by Syndesis and Path to Canada, the ideal plan B for high skilled immigrants currently located in the U.S. whose status may be uncertain. If you're facing an H1B denial or OPT expiration, don't get caught off guard. Make sure you have a plan B, and Syndesis and Path to Canada are your answers. They'll gladly help you navigate the process. And if you'd like to find out if you qualify, please be sure to use the link in the video description below, and someone from Syndesis or Path to Canada will be in touch. At PERM-Ads.com, the industry leader in providing a seamless experience for employers and immigration attorneys navigating the complex PERM recruitment ad phase of the labor certification process. If you're looking to reduce your cost and overhead associated with perm labor certification recruitment advertising, let perm-ads.com help you. And by Mob Squad. Are you a technology professional facing U.S. work visa related challenges? Don't leave your fate up to chance. Our partner, Mob Squad, has a solution. Mob Squad helps technology professionals facing U.S. work visa related uncertainty remain working with their current U.S. employer nearshore from Canada, as well as technology professionals from around the world who are seeking to find a rewarding opportunity in North America. Through their partnership with the Canadian government, they can obtain a Canadian work permit for you and your spouse in as little as 4 to 6 weeks. So, whether you're looking to stay working with your current U.S. employer or you want to find a new opportunity in Canada, please find out how the team at Mob Squad can help you via the link in the video description below. Join the squad. Just wanted to ask you again to please like this video, subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube, and click the bell for notifications so that you're notified anytime we post new content here on this channel. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I really appreciate your support. The H1B Guy, your global source for all things H1B.